one of the things I really liked about Dragon Ball Z versus Dragon Ball is that in Dragon Ball, you really just had one person to really choose from to like. It was Goku. You know, Goku was the only person you could really like because he was the main character and the only person who was consistently around throughout the story. Dragon Ball Z, however, you've got characters who just stick around throughout the entire plot. Now, I know you can argue people like Krillin and Yamcha and Bulma stick around throughout most of the Dragon Ball story as well. But I still feel like they come in and out a lot, and they aren't really so much as other characters you can be a fan of. They just kind of come off as side characters, and you just have your favorite side character. You know, I don't know. They just don't really stick the same. As in Dragon Ball Z, you have I don't know, people like Vegeta and Gohan and Piccolo who kind of stick around throughout it, who get strong enough to really compete with each other, you know, at different points in the story. Piccolo is the strongest there is, able to take on Android 17, and I think that's when people started really believing, like, hey, he's a character that's going to stick around to be good, you know, he's not just going to slouch forever. Now, eventually that did change around, I would say, the Buu Saga, but in general, he wasn't just, you know, a jerk about character. He was competitive to Goku and Vegeta. And Vegeta stuck around to be competitive with Goku. A constant, you know, struggle of who's the better character. The key competitors being Goku and Vegeta. I don't even know. I really enjoy the idea that there's, you know, multiple characters you can kind of look at and be like, okay, those are my favorite characters, or, you know, I think that character is the best because of this and that, not just because, oh, I think he's the most fun. You know, there's breakdowns you can make of characters to kind of decide how good they are. It kind of breaks the concentration from the story of, you know, a boy and a bunch of fighters and their kind of adventure as protector of the Earth. I don't know. That's just how I see it. And he was a really good rapper. Chance the Rapper. I bet Frieza is like the equivalent of those kind of like, is like the Dragon Ball Z equivalent of those girls where you're like, oh man, she's thick as fuck, and then you find out like she was once a guy, and you're all like, nah, I'm not really about that, because I don't know, I'm just not about that. And then I just think that's what Frieza did, because the entire time I was like, she's the weirdest character. I think it's really cool they got a strong female character, and then no, not at all, just some guy crawling in my skin. Man, have you ever played those, watched those videos where it's like Dragon Ball Z and shit, and it's on Linkin Park? I love that. Because, like, I remember, I'm not gonna front with you guys, I watched those ones with Disturbed. Oh, those were so good to me at the time. When I was like in 3rd grade, I was like, I'm so dark and edgy. I was the saddest 3rd grader. I was like watching Pulp Fiction at 8. It was really weird. My dad wasn't really too worried about raising me. He just wanted to watch the coolest movies. What the fuck was I talking about? Oh man, I've been streaming for so long without saying anything. That's so weird. I guess some people might aesthetically enjoy watching this. I don't know. Like, oh man, I really like that game. I just want to watch some guy get his ass kicked. It's funny. Like, look how bad he is and he's streaming. That's fucking funny. But I don't know. That's it. Alright, there we go. Oh, hey, how's it going?